With billions of fans worldwide, dozens of different games, and significant athletic events held almost annually, sport is a huge aspect of today's world. Here is a reminder. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any newly uploaded videos. Hang on till the end of the video, so you don't miss any part of this useful video. Now, let's move on. Even though many of those historical games are no longer performed today, we may still get an idea of where most of our modern sports originate. Sports have always been a common form of leisure and rivalry. Numerous sports have changed and evolved over the years, adjusting to the needs of both players and spectators as well as the changing circumstances. The sports of the past with the sports of the present can be seen to be in stark contrast now. The sports landscape has changed significantly, from technological innovations that have transformed training techniques to a greater focus on player safety. Number 1, tennis. Then, tennis used to be played at a considerably slower pace and more points were gained at the net by a series of volleys as opposed to force. The rackets used by athletes had wood frames and measured 27 inches long and 9 inches wide. The racket's netting was made of a natural gut, which was greatly impacted by the weather. Athletes used to compete in all-white clothing, unlike today. That is surprising, right? Now, tennis is a physically demanding, competitive game. Instead of volleys by the net, points are frequently scored during heated exchanges from the baseline. Due to the use of composite and graphite materials, modern rackets are substantially lighter and measure 27 inches in length and 10 to 12 inches in width. Players now have a speedier racket swing and a broader space to make effective contact attributed to these adjustments. The sport has seen certain changes, but its apparel is arguably the most appealing to the eye. Except at Wimbledon, where the all-white regulation is still in operation, players are now more aggressive with bright and colorful clothing. Number 2, cycling. Then, previously, athletes didn't have to wear anything to protect their heads. Eventually, pieces of leather-covered cushioning known as hairnets were worn, but these were insufficient to lessen the force of a crash's initial impact. The bikes themselves were built of steel, and they had wheels that resembled bicycles that were used for leisure. Now, modern skin suits and tapered helmets, which provide better protection as well as help cyclists move more quickly through the air, are worn by cyclists nowadays. At present, the bikes are built of carbon fiber, and in some competitions, they include a disc wheel that serves as a sail to further aid in cutting the air. Number 3, ice hockey. Do you know? Then, the first goalkeeper to play a game while wearing a mask was Clint Benedict, who did so on February 20, 1930. However, it was very dissimilar from what we envision today. He wore a simple leather mask that covered his mouth, cheeks, forehead, as well as nose, but left his eye uncovered. On November 1, 1959, over 3 decades later, Jacques Plante was struck in the face by a slapshot and suffered a serious cut to his nose. The goaltender for the Montreal Canadiens had constructed a fiberglass mask in his spare time, used it during practice to protect himself, and now thought it was time to use it. Only when Plante was forced to take off his mask did the Canadiens lose to Detroit during their 18-game winning streak. Following that, the mask became a permanent fixture, and other NHL goalies started to imitate him. Now, since athlete safety is an important concern, everyone on the team is wearing protective headgear in addition to the goalie's mask. The goalkeeper mask continues to be composed of fiberglass, but it now has more padding and is thicker. Even goalies have chosen the full cage for enhanced safety. The goalkeeper mask has evolved into a canvas for artwork that displays the wearer's character even if it might be an absolute necessity. This is for knowledge. As several drawings from caves show groups of humans engaging in a variety of activities together, historians believe that the earliest sports originated more than 15,000 years ago. In several of these paintings, wrestling appears to be the most popular sport. Spectators cheer the wrestlers on while they sit surrounded by them. Moving on. Number 4, speed skating. Then, skates for speed skating were initially fashioned from polished animal rib or shank bones in the Netherlands. In the 14th century, highly waxed wood runners were added to the skates, and in the 16th century, iron blades were added. Blades were completely attached to the boot for the first 100 years or more of the World Games that were formally organized. Now, in the middle of the 1990s, an old concept was given new life and helped long-track speed skaters improve their performance. Designs for the clap skate date back to the 1890s. It had a hinge at the boot's toe that permitted a longer stride and more extension, but it was not utilized in competition. The clap skate made its return in the 1980s, and several Dutch skaters started to advance significantly. The significant shift occurred during the 1997-98 season when the majority of competitors chose to utilize clap skates. As world records cracked, the unique sound could soon be heard. The blade describes a nearly straight line as it is set on the ice and weight is applied to it. Clap skates give the athlete a better position for producing power at the knee. The emergence of the sports that we all recognize and appreciate today may be traced back to the era of British expansion. This comprises numerous sports. Many of the former British colonies took up these sports, and some of them even outperformed the British in terms of talent and appeal. Whatever the future holds, sports will always be of utmost importance to people all around the world and will continue to play a significant role in our past. It's time to conclude the video. Thank you for being to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and tell us what you think about this video below in the comment section. Let's meet again with another interesting video.